Hello everybody, hello and welcome to Kuso9rande, the bad video game tournament. We are on our 9th ever tournament. No, it's not our 9th one, we've had others. It's our 9th main one, whatever, shut up. You know what's cool about that? 9 is a pretty big number when it comes to things. 9, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So many. Oh my gosh, we're gonna reach double digits for the main tournament pretty soon. This, I believe, is also our 10th year of doing Kusograndes in total, so like we have been going for a long time. Oh my gosh. 10 years ago. What was I doing 10 years ago? I was having an existential crisis. That's why I started Kusogrande. What am I going to do with the title for Kuso9rande? You'll have to find out. I actually don't know. Beelzebub. No, don't say that. Don't say that, because that might actually be what we're doing. Clades, don't say that either, because that's also a strong contender. The speculations. Kusogrande 2. Ew. How about no? Okay, that one's not in contention. We're not talking about Kusograndes at all. Kusobelgrande. Ooh. Okay, I can dig it. Linker, thank you so much for subscribing, and that CH sound. Cha-cha-cha. I appreciate it as well. What is the CH sound? What's the technical name for the cha? Because I know that TH in English used to be called thorn. Affricate? Affricate. Cha-cha-cha. Okay. It's a fricate sound. Oh, but seriously, thank you so much for subscribing. Everybody, if you didn't know, you can support me for free by giving me money. It's pretty cool how that works. But also with Twitch Prime, that's a way if you've got Twitch Prime. But I appreciate it all. Thank you so much. Yeah, you know what? $5 is basically free these days. And you know, Twitch ain't exactly increasing our pay rate. Nah, it's good to be here. I'm thinking, because this is also my 15-year anniversary being a speedrunner, I'm thinking about doing a 15-year celebration one of these upcoming months by playing every game that I've speedrun and trying to do a really crappy run of them. Oh no, how many? No, Action 52 doesn't count. I didn't try to speedrun those, I just tried to beat them. As it turns out, I did speedrun Kid Cool at one point, so I would have to do that again, yes. And you know what? It could take me a really long time to beat, because I barely remember that game. Oh god. But yeah, I'm trying to think, starting with Mirror's Edge, Athena, Little Big Planet. There are some games that I've definitely forgotten. I know that I did a really bad run of Wally Bear and the No Gang, and so I'd have to do that again. Home Alone NES, absolutely, I would be speedrunning that, and guess what? I would be getting world record, because you cannot do a speedrun of it without getting world record as long as you avoid pausing. And I don't ever use glitches for Home Alone NES. Never, never, never. I play it the way that the game's meant to be played, which is as a survival horror game. Unironically. Oh, everybody, thank you so much for being here. I've been having a lot of fun, and I'm happy that we have a stream I almost said midstream. No, midweek! Speaking of midweek, we've got a GM hanging out, and Crappy, I know they had fun dancing with this guy one time. Let's go ahead and let you dance with him again. Go! Do a little moonwalk. Okay, or do that. That's fine, Crappy. It's fine. Kazuya ZX, thank you so much for subscribing with Prime. I appreciate it. Oh, Quest 64 music. Heck yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Who could be coming in to give us a game? Who could be giving us a beautiful game? Come on in and say hello to our dear friend. Oh my god. There we go. Clades! Clades! Oh no! You became Spider-Man Skeleton! Oh my god!
Hi!
Hi! Oh, Clades, not only are you Spider-Man Skeleton, but you're the Skelly with the crop top.
Yeah, that is true.
Oh, by the way,
If you remove enough Spider-Man flesh, a frog falls out. Little known fact.
It's true, it's true. I see Duchalk in chat. Everybody, say hello to the champion of Kuso Live at SGDQ 2026, Duchalk. Great job this year. I'm super happy to hear that you managed to kick some booty, and hopefully you had a good time there. It's great to have you here. Welcome to the main tournament. We are partway through, and this one lasts for a very long time. So, Clades, tell us, what do you have going on for us today?
So we had a few vetoes.
Okay.
Which is okay. You know, I didn't have to go all the way to the bottom of the list or anything. But I did decide to throw a game that a lot of people don't know exists. It's not really a port, but it's a different version of a game that's very well known.
Yeah.
I'm sure most people are familiar with Daikatana, the John Romero game. They're probably less familiar with the fact that someone made a version for the Game Boy Color.
That's right. Actually, around here, that's kind of well-known knowledge. Not super well-known, but Daikatana for the Game Boy Color is coming up right now. I love that we were talking about that and Quest 64 music was playing, and it's like, the same thing happened. Well, we've got 1 hour to see who can make the most progress through Daikatana as possible. Whoever does will take the victory. Whoever doesn't only gets 2 points. And unfortunately, these players, the bottom 2 people will be eliminated. Yeah, I'll cry all day, honestly. Sorry, now I've got silly music stuck in my head because it's playing. No, it's not in my head. It's literally playing right now in my ears. Well, let me go ahead and do a tiny capture change just for one of our players because I want to make sure that everything is sized exactly the same because I am very, very picky about this. You will notice, everybody, that our player on the bottom right does have a little bit of a different filter. That is allowed for players to do that for the sake of their eyes. This is Daikatana for Game Boy Color. We've got 8-Bit Sword, Escorian, Scout Pilgrim, and Withheld kicking some booty today. Who's going to take the victory, though? I don't know. Luckily, you can go ahead and use your channel points if you so desire. And if the poll is put up, in order to determine who you believe is going to be the victor. Maybe you win a few points for yourself, for your family. I'm sure there's, especially if they're hungry. Oh, my family, we're starving. We need points, Clades.
I don't know if you can eat points.
Well, it would help.
They're intangible.
Kazuya, I appreciate that message. Who's gonna make Crappy their...
I'm told that was a marketing department decision to come up with that slogan for the advertising.
I'm fine with it.
John Romero never really wanted anybody to
You know what?
to
Because
do that.
it's a quote. I'll say it. Who's gonna make Crappy their bitch? If according to the previous transition was correct, it would be Michael Jackson, and we're just gonna leave it right there. Let me go and check with the players right now to see how they are doing and see if they are ready to go. Crappy would make a cute dog. Oh my god, Cam.
What breed would it be? What breed would Crappy be?
I don't... Blue Healer? That's my best one. That's all I've got. Although we have played around with the idea of making crappy plushies, which could be fun. Okay, it looks like all of our players are ready, so we're starting a couple minutes early. Clades, what would be good emotes for chat to spam? Obviously, any giant swords.
Oh yeah, if you got swords, if you've got, I guess, smaller swords. This is very much like Timu Link's Awakening, so I guess if you've got some Zelda emoji, you could do those too. We are going to start off with a bit of a plot.
Yeah, there we go. Uh-oh, okay, they just learned about swords. Justin, by the way, was teaching me earlier that Dai in Daikatana means big. And katana
sure
means katana, so big katana. That's why daikon radish is called daikon, because it's a big radish. Yeah, so right now, essentially, players don't have to do too much except mash through text, and did you tell them that there's nothing useful? Oh, why didn't I start my timer? Well,
yeah, it's probably fine. They haven't actually started playing yet.
Yeah.
For the most part. No, because I actually forgot that there was a huge cutscene at the start, so, yeah, they can work it out.
Yeah, we'll...
I don't think there's anything important in this.
After the cutscene. There we go. I'm telling them we'll start after the cutscene.
This is the third thing that I forgot about this game between vetting it and now, so that's cool.
You know what? The N64 version has about a 10-minute cutscene at the beginning, so at least this is shorter. The PC version, I believe you can skip it. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've played any of that. It's a joy to play, though. Like, it's a hot mess, but I love playing it.
Yeah, I've had it installed for years and not gotten around to trying it. I know I played it, like, back when it came out a little bit, like on a demo disc, probably.
Okay.
But I haven't touched it since then. And then a friend told me, hey, did you know there was a Game Boy Color one? And I was like, you're kidding. And now we're here.
Now, Withheld has done something very important, which is learning how to save.
I did tell them to save, and I told them how to save.
Yeah,
so
hopefully everybody saves before the first time they die.
It is relatively challenging to die in my experience, though not impossible.
Okay.
You have quite a bit of health relative to the amount of damage that you're going to be taking.
Yeah. Now, everything that I've heard about this game is that it's technically a little bit better than the PC and N64 versions. Better as in, like, more of a playable game, but what's your assessment of this game?
I've heard people say that, and I would actually, to really make a judgment myself, I'd have to go and play the original again. Because like I say, it's been a while. This is a game that is playable. I probably wouldn't have been upset to have this on the Game Boy Color at the time. But it's not great. There's a lot of weird little things.
By the way,
there's a surprising... Go ahead.
Oh, just to note, there is occasionally transitioning between screens. It does flash bright light. If we have a lot of people swapping from screen to screen at the same time, you may have a whole bunch of flashing lights on this. Is there any other flashing that happens in the game, or is it mostly just the bright white between screens?
I think it's just those screen transitions. I don't remember any other flashing.
I think if it were only one person, it wouldn't be a concern, but because we have multiple, I would definitely have the warning. Thank you so much, Linkura, for putting that up. Yeah. So, it is being tracked by the number of rooms reached. Is that correct?
So this is pretty linear. Like, I know I called it a Timu Link's Awakening, but compared to a Zelda game, this is a very linear game.
Okay.
But there's a little bit of like localized backtracking. So the best way I could figure out to track what is essentially linear progress is just rooms visited. And I don't believe you can skip rooms. If you can, it's quite a bit later in the game. Probably won't come up.
Gotcha. Now, I don't believe we have the Daikatana yet, do we? We just have this dinky sword?
Not yet. We just have... I'm not exactly sure what kind of sword it is, but it's very basic. You do pick up guns. There's a surprising number of analogs that they managed to include from the original first-person shooter to this, like weapons, ammo, the health and armor pickups are all very similar to what you would expect out of a shooter game.
That's fun. Shramble says that the gun is called, or the current sword, the Dinkatana. I know, I said it's a little dinky sword. Fine, whatever. I'll give you that one. What the hell was that? It was Shrambles making a dumb joke yet again. Oh, kill those bats! 8-bit sword inside the oddly science place. So wait. Like, we were in some medieval place, went through sewers, and now we're in science?
Yeah, the transitions can be a little abrupt and otherwise not remarked upon by the game itself. Which is always cool.
Yeah.
And you might wonder, is there more than one music track in this game? And the answer is, I don't remember.
Possibly. The answer
Maybe.
is...
there could be.
Yeah, I mean... Technically, the PC game is level-based. It just... They feel fairly big and a little bit non-linear, but they are very much level-based. And you go into the levels, you do specific things, activate certain cutscenes, find your friend Superfly, you know, all that good stuff.
And that's pretty much the same here. We're going to different levels, doing different things. We will eventually be finding our buddy Superfly.
Well, we better. Why else would we play this? It looks like some players have found
enjoy the game
puzzle,
without our buddy Kuso.
Kuso,
Superfly.
Oh, there we go.
Kusofly.
8-bit sword has solved the puzzle. Is that one, like, do you find an answer to that puzzle elsewhere?
There is a hint for that puzzle. It tells you 2 of the switches to press, and then you have to work out the other 2, which is not hard because there's only 4.
Yeah, like...
You might think, oh, I need to press them in order, and that is not correct.
Wait, what?
Like numerical order. They've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's not the order.
Okay. Oh, it looks like 8-bit has found Superfly. Oh, wow, Superfly this early in Game Boy Color Daikatana. I'm actually surprised. Like, he comes a little ways into Daikatana PC. And then it's the worst escort quest ever because of how often he dies. He dies so much.
In this game, instead, you will find yourself occasionally having to play as Superfly, which is mostly not a problem, except when you're playing as a different character, you don't get to use some of your weapons.
Well, yeah.
And it feels very arbitrary.
I don't know. Does Superfly know how to use the Daikatana? Probably not.
He can use... Oh, here we got 8-bit sword is playing as Superfly.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure the only weapon he has fly right now is the basics. I'm not sure if he can use a gun that you currently have.
I'm relatively sure in PC Daikatana, Superfly uses a gun.
Oh, there are guns that he can use. I just don't think that the 8-bit sword has any of them yet.
Gotcha.
But I could be wrong.
You got a capsule. Good. Nom nom.
Yep.
Your capsules, children. Okay.
Now that's probably a gun he can use.
The
You have to
Sidewinder.
open the menu and switch guns.
Eh.
And that takes time. We don't got time for that.
I mean, hopefully we'll have time for that in just a little bit, because I imagine a gun might be better than Dinky Sword.
It would be a little... I at least would be cross if I finished this game, if I played this game for an hour and then found out that you could switch weapons. But I did tell them, hey, there's 4 buttons, you'll figure it out. And so they should have tried all the buttons.
I mean, everybody's gone to the menu, right?
I think everybody's saved, because I did explicitly tell them how to save. But, like, it's a Game Boy, there's 4 buttons.
Ooh, yeah, 8-Bit is having a bit of a hard time with this crane, like, jumping at the right time in order to grab onto it.
I do remember this being annoying, and I don't remember how I solved it. Kazuya might remember, because Kazuya, of course, edited the game, if I remember correctly.
Oh,
there we go.
What? Okay, so do not get lined up with the shadow.
Yeah,
the puzzle is
easy.
It doesn't obey the laws of physics. Oh, and apparently you don't even need to jump, you just line up with the crane? That's so stupid.
That's funny.
Okay, so literally you have to break perspective in order to solve that puzzle. That's how you do it.
So I think 8-Bit Sword is now in the first part of the game where I personally got stuck for a little bit. Not long, but I did end up looking something up. Because what we need to do is open one of those 2 lockers. And it was not obvious to me that you could open those.
How do you open? Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
No, there are 2.
Good.
Wait, can you only open one of them?
Yeah, because it has a key item that you need in order to enter this.
Otherwise,
you're not allowed in.
If there are 2 lockers, you have to let people at least interact with both of them.
It's not that kind of game.
Okay, withheld. Trying to use perspective? Perspective is incorrect for this game.
Perspective made. We don't do isometric, we do, huh?
Consometric. Yeah. So, with...
And I also, I enjoy the English when trying to select a weapon your current character can't use. Just said, Superfly don't use.
Oh my god. Okay.
And it's crazy, because the dialogue in this game is all basically normal. Like, I don't think they did a weird translation or localization, except for that line.
I mean, that is something that Superfly would say, referring to himself in the 3rd person. Like, it's completely appropriate. Just FYI, everybody, we do have multiple referees who are helping to track this match. I appreciate the help that they are given right now, and there is a special score pad for this match. So let me go ahead and hop over there, see how things are looking. Right now, the referees that we have for this match are Taven, rushed home for this sarcasm. Uh-oh. Crow Phoenix just wishes John Romero had been nicer about it. Oh, no, you can... I feel like the reason why Daikatana got so much flack is because John Romero was like, yeah, it's gonna make you... I'm gonna make you my bitch. And if not for that, Daikatana might have been more forgettable, but nope. We've also got Dragus can't finish without his teammates. Is Superfly one of your teammates? Because if so, you're never gonna finish. Wizard Man is sucking it down. A milkshake, that is. Oh my god. And finally, Redford thinks it was Bubsy with the big sword in the Kusogrande. You know what? I'm glad you gave us a clue about who it might be. We'll see if the players manage to do that. So again, this is being tracked based off of the number of rooms that they have made it to in this match. Of course, I will get the current tracker up as soon as I'm able to, because y'all gotta see it, you know? I'm not counting the rooms. I'm having a hard enough time paying attention to what's going on here. My god. Thank you so much, though, referees, for keeping track of all this information, because it helps out a great deal. Do 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 do. And there we go. So currently, 8-Bit Sword is in the lead, but withheld 1 room behind. And that is a game over for 8-Bit Sword. Oh no, hitting start, you're gonna want to reset. And luckily, all the players have made saves, but I don't know how often they've saved. That could be an issue. Okay, 8-Bit Sword just working on getting that reset done. Withheld, though, may move into the lead very soon, with 47 rooms reached. Just a couple more. Oh, Mikoko. I remember Mikoko. Yeah, it's been a while since I've played any of the Daikatana games. Certainly haven't played this one. But yeah, for those who are wondering about this story, it's 2455. Our former world history is history. Corrupting... Thank you so much, Manuel. I appreciate it. Corrupting the natural order of human progress in time, Kage Mishima twisted and manipulated events in the past to make himself dictator. You are Kyoto Miyamoto, a student, a Japanese warfare expert, and one of the few people in the world aware of the altered history. It's up to you to travel back to ancient Greece, medieval Norway, and 21st century San Francisco in order to restore the past and defeat Mishima. In order to save the world, you must complete 16 daunting missions, but you won't be alone. With you are the stunning Mikiko Ebihara and the massive Superfly Johnson, as well as the legendary Daikatana, a sword which is the key to saving humanity. Yeah, there we go. That's according to the N64 manual, which follows the same story as the Game Boy Color one. Like, they really did a good job, I feel, of translating a first-person shooter to a Game Boy Color game. Even if it's not the best shooter, and even if it's not the best Game Boy Color game, like, these devs did pretty well. However, you did put it on Kusogrande for a reason, so, like, what are some of the issues that the players are gonna stumble across, or that they're already stumbling across that we can't tell?
Largely, it's just not that good. We've seen the puzzle problem with the crane, and yeah, I'm actually trying to look up my notes. We have this perspective is strange, the weapons are a bit strange, and it's just it feels like a game that shouldn't be linear, and yet it's very linear.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking...
I'm sorry, I'm slightly distracted because of some tracking, because I'm trying to diagnose.
Draken?
Hmm?
Did you say Draken?
Tracking issues.
Oh,
I'm trying to
tracking
diagnose.
issues. Oh, I apologize. Yeah, feel
See,
free to take
when I
care
set
of
up the tracking for this game, I was pretty confident that you could not skip any of the rooms at all. And at least according to what we have recorded at the moment, you can in fact skip 7 rooms of Section 2.
Ah.
Which doesn't seem like it should be possible, but we'll have to check the tapes and find out.
I mean, that is completely fair. So, John Romero's Daikatana, actually, yeah, I forgot to put the full title in the stream. Ah, well. John Romero's Daikatana, the Game Boy Color Edition, was made indeed by a company called Wilco. The original by Ion Storm. They did not make a whole bunch of games. They made Dominion, Storm Over Griff 3, and Anachronics. But otherwise, Wilco did this version of the game. Guess what? This company went on to make Mario and Luigi Paper Jam, as well as Adventure Island, The Beginning, Echo Chrome, which I love. Play Echo Chrome, everybody. Wait, apparently did one of the GBA versions of Shin Megami Tensei Devil Children Messiah Riser. Okay. Guess what? I would say that the company that made this has made more good games than the other company. I approve. They also made a game called Wolfpack for DOS. Ooh. A woo?
That might be worth looking into. You never
know.
Oh,
No. It's a submarine game. Although, one of the things does look like a wolf.
You never know.
And it does measure in knots, so...
Oh dear.
Anyways. Zach... XAK, The Art of Digital Stage. I don't know what that is. Okay.
So, I believe we just saw the Daikatana on Ascorians very briefly, but there's no access to it without finding some switch.
Oh wow, one of the first games was an MSX RPG. Beautiful.
Wow. So I'm pretty sure that the person who's currently farthest along the game is Ascorian. I might be there. It's actually it's pretty close, but I think Ascorian is slightly ahead.
Ahead of who?
But we're gonna have to check ahead of everybody.
Wait, no, what about 8-Bit Sword, who is on the second area? Like, this is pretty significant.
I am lost.
Yeah,
that is
they're
true.
about
Okay,
20
never mind. Don't listen
rooms
to me.
ahead of Ascorian.
Well, I'm not. The problem is going by the rooms is a little challenging.
Yeah, but we are in the second area here.
Yes.
8-Bit Sword,
okay.
I think, is definitively in the lead.
Yeah, 8-Bit Sword is definitely in the lead.
Yeah, I'd say, honestly, like...
Oh, we have a boss fight.
If it comes down to it, you can always tell, just as a clarification, if it's not really possible to know exactly how many rooms have been cleared, then it'll honestly be up to the referees to decide.
Yeah.
Like, we give the referees that option. You know, we will judge based off of the criteria, but if it becomes unjudgeable just because, you know, somebody has made it to World 3 but missed a couple rooms and we don't know if one of the other players missed a room or not, like, I you know, it should still be relatively straightforward linear progress in this game, and we will certainly let the referees make any judgment calls when it comes to what they need to do at this point. But yeah, we generally don't change rules mid-match.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this music. This is fun. The hammer is kind of fun. It stuns the screen, and you know what? I think that you do get the Daikatana in Area 2, as far as I can tell.
It was at the end of what we're calling Section 3, which everyone is now out of.
Yeah.
And into Section.
So, just so everybody knows, the tracking on screen might not be super accurate. Do not worry too much about it. You know, the referees will clarify later on who is in the lead. We can get a pretty good sense. Ascorian fighting big troll dude. Chop, chop, chop. I think that when I stopped playing the PC version of Daikatana was right when I got the Daikatana.
Yeah, so if we went by... Originally, I really wanted to just track this by sheer linear progress, but there's enough backtracking. I thought that would be...
Yeah. Just to throw it out, like, if there is backtracking, then, I mean, there could be, based off of key items, like 8-Bit Sword managing to get the horn and summon the boat thingy. So, yeah,
At the moment, I'm pretty confident in saying that 8-Bit Sword is in the lead.
Yep, by getting to the beach
they've
and
just
summoning...
gone to a new area. Not a new section, I think. They are in a different... I believe this would be the catacombs.
Yeah, Karen took 8-Bit Sword to a cave. Typical Karen. Just shipping people across on boats, you know? Well, if you do enjoy this music, the music was done by Hideki Sakamoto, who also worked on other games like, Eden Zero, okay. Mario & Luigi, Brothership, Astrobot, Fairy Tale Dungeons. Okay, like a bazillion games. Oh, how about Live a live. Live alive? Live live. Live alive, live live. Did they work on the original? Okay, Yakuza 3. Okay, they're only a legend in video games, that's all.
Yeah, they've gotten around a bit, huh?
Yeah. Okay, they worked on the remake of Live a Live. I always said it Live Alive. Live Alive.
Now you're gonna make me go look up how it's actually supposed to be.
Yeah, go. Doo-doo. Lost Odyssey?
It
good.
is Live Alive.
Fine. That's fine. I'm fine with that.
Which is a game with a really, really good boss.
Yeah, I still need to play all of Live Alive. I played through one scenario one time on stream, and that was a lot of fun. But I need to do something else. I need to do more of it. Okay, they also were the executive audio manager over a game that a lot of people would probably say is not good, but I assure you the music's fantastic, Nier Replicant.
I did not dislike the original Nier games.
I
don't think I played Replicant, but it's basically the same as Gestalt.
Oh, really?
I think the difference between Gestalt and Replicant is whether your character is a dad or an older brother.
Maybe it was a different Nier that people said was bad. I don't recall. In that case, if Replicant is basically the original, I should go and play it. Because I haven't played the original. And Malachus, you're saying if you know... Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I believe Replicant is the one that got a remaster.
Okay.
Which is honestly a shame, because I think the dad character was better as a mood.
That's fair, that's fair. Malachus is saying, if you know about Drakengard, the original Nier is just I have not played Drakengard. I know nothing about Drakengard or the original Nier. I played Nier Automata, which is freaking-tastic. It's so good. I cry every time.
Yeah, there's a lot I liked about Nier Automata. The gameplay wasn't one of the things, but all the other stuff really held it up. Yeah, I didn't care for how it played.
Oh, I love
a little bit
how
too
it
floaty.
played.
Also, like, the second loop was miserable.
How many endings did you get? Did you get through ending E?
I got like 3 or 4 endings.
Oh my god. If you didn't beat ending E, then it doesn't count. You have no opinion. Okay,
playing as 9S,
no,
playing as 9S was just butts.
First off, it's 9.
That was butts. 9S.
9s.
Playing as the other two was fine, but it wasn't like, I don't know. I'm not one of those people who think Platinum Games makes a lot of really good video games.
Yeah, I haven't played very many Platinum games. I don't know their reputation as a company at all. I just really like.
They had a reputation from like they came out of Clover Studio. Clover Studio made some real bangers. They made Okami. They made Beautiful Joe, I think.
Okay.
And then, you know, a bunch of the people split off from Capcom and made Platinum's games. And they made Bayonetta.
Oh, okay.
And they also made some garbage.
Hey, we're here for garbage. Speaking of garbage, the players, you know, continuously making progress in this game. 8-Bit Sword playing as Mikiko. Mexico?
Who has a different set of weapons that she's not allowed to use compared to Superfly.
I wonder if anybody's actually going to change away from the default sword when they play as any of these other characters, because I haven't really seen them do that.
We've seen Scout Pilgrim attempt to do so, only to get the message, Superfly don't use.
Superfly don't use.
Yeah. And someone apparently got the message, Mikiko don't used.
It's true. Mikiko don't used. Okay? Mikiko don't in rehabs. It's okay, Mikiko.
And 8-Bit Sword is living up to his name and just sorting his way through. Oh, there was briefly a weapon used. Mikiko don't used. Mikiko don't use the hammer.
Now, that actually does sound like a raid message, so keep that in mind, everybody. We may want to use Mikiko don't used.
Or should it be Superfly don't use?
Superfly don't used is pretty good too.
Yeah.
I'm looking, by the way, like the original first-person shooter, you know, lead designer was John Romero, and pretty much all of the staff, as far as I can see, were US, UK, something like that. But this version of the game was developed... Oh, okay. The original developed in Texas. This one was developed by a company located in Japan, so it makes sense that it was actually made in Japan, ported to the US, hence some of the translation issues that we have here. You know, fairly good localization as far as I can see, but... You know,
I'm guessing it must just be that the localizers kind of skimmed over some of the more system lines and focused more on dialogue.
I can't blame them.
That would be my guess.
Yeah. Still, I kind of want to play this. Like, I'm not a hater. I feel like it's probably not... I wouldn't say that, like, if I were wanting to play Link's Awakening, I wouldn't be happy with this. But if I were wanting to play an adventure game with a unique story and I didn't know the story of Daikatana, I might actually enjoy this.
Now, looking at what else this company has made, it looks like they tend to be a support studio a lot of the time. They're credited on Everybody 1-2 Switch, Mario and Luigi Paper Jam.
Yep.
And some Yu-Gi-Oh games. So they've been around. They're still getting work.
They are, and some of the people who worked on this, I believe, are still working, doing various types of work for Nintendo, at least up until a few years ago. You know, I'm not sure if
their most recent credit on Mubi Games is 2023.
Yeah.
But given development cycles nowadays, who knows what that says?
It's true. I mean, 2023, and the previous one before that was 2015, so 8-year gap.
Yeah.
And then they have a credit. So Wilco could potentially pop up again this year, next year, who knows?
For all we know, they're working on their own thing for once.
Yeah, I wonder if they got to work on their own things, because, yeah, they've got credits on plenty of other games. Silent Hill play novel? What? They worked on a Silent Hill game that I don't know if it's any good. It's a side story to the original Silent Hill, only released in Japan as a choose-your-own-adventure game? Huh. Interesting.
They made an adventure game on the PC 98 that was, as far as I can tell, original.
Yeah, I see that they made an RPG. Well, that might be the adventure game, yeah. Yeah, every development studio should have at least 1 or 2 games in the works that are completely from them, you know? As much as I like to work on other people's ideas, which I do, I genuinely, like, I found while programming it's nice to not have to think for everything, you know? Sometimes
Oh,
you
yeah,
shut off
that
the
is one of-
creativity and just get other things working.
That is absolutely one of my worst skills, thinking of what to do. Like, what to make. What should I make? I'd love to make something, but what would it be? No clue.
Yeah, with the NES game I'm working on, I do like doing the creative stuff, but every once in a while I just want to go, like, let's just grind out the programming. And so, yeah, like, if I'm working on somebody else's creativity, I don't mind. I'd actually kind of like to do that in the future. If anybody wants to pay for a programmer, I'm willing to learn basically anything for video games. Done Game Maker Studio, and I learned assembly for NES. I can learn it, I promise you. If you've got the money, I've got the patience.
I'm currently dabbling a little bit in NES with the purpose of doing some ROM hacking.
Ooh, okay.
Which, might be interesting.
I've done a small amount of ROM hacking. I'd say, like, if it's not written in original assembly, it gets a little tricky, but it's doable.
Yeah, I'm currently going through over a game that has been mostly disassembled by other people into something readable, so it's not impossible.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to the point where I can...
going straight from just dumping the ROM file into a disassembler and trying to figure it out. That is a long road.
I can't read machine code yet. Do I want to be able to? I don't know. Maybe one day. But today's not that day. We've got Daikatana. We've got Mikiko. She's pretty awesome. She can throw a disc. But not everybody really knows that.
This level is a little maze-like, and that's why we're all here, all 4 players. There's some holes you have to fall down, and some doors you have to go through, and you gotta cut which ones you need next.
Fireball 87 is saying, I just off my ROM hacking thinking to Jiggly, saying, good, good. See, you outsource.
Yeah, see, that's delegating, and that's what smart people do.
Yeah, what's even better is delegating and paying them. If possible. And if it's something that, like, is an extensive project. But also, like, the community around ROM hacking and such, like, it's all, like, you know, a lot of people are just willing to work together in order to make something cool, and I think that's amazing. Oh, if you could actually finish a project, Jiggly saying, ooh, I've got faith in you. Here's the deal. If you've got several projects, don't worry about the thing you're most ambitious about. Think about what is going to be the shortest to finish, and finish that, and then you will have the feeling, heck yeah, it's done.
That is a great strategy. If you do the shortest thing first, you get that feeling of accomplishment, and that makes it easier to do the next shortest thing.
Yeah. Oh, you did the Willow No Flash hack? See? That's great. The Blaster Master hack as well. Good, good.
Now, I am glancing over at the ref chat, and I didn't think this was going to be a difficult match to crack, but I suspect this might be the one game I've given out most likely to cause referees to want to have revenge on me in some hypothetical future ref revenge event. Because apparently no one can look away from the screen because everything's going too quickly, and we're starting to wonder how fair the tracking is going to be.
Well, withheld, unfortunately. Oh no, Medusa made everything hard. Oh, Medusa, how dare you? Making Mikoko. Actually, I don't think Mikoko got made hard. Anyways, 8-Bit Sword doing a little bit of a cutscene and gonna be entering as well. Yeah, we're in the creepy room. I think this is where Medusa is. getting the armor and going up. Oh, the alligator! Oh, the little gators. They sometimes walk backwards. I like them.
And Withheld fighting a snake?
Ooh, these animations are pretty cool, but that snake did not last long. However, Medusa usually isn't just a single snake. Let's see what happens. Yes, it's Superfly's time to shine for Withheld. Oh! Okay, 8-Bit Sword found Stone Superfly, but you gotta go in and fight Medusa. Here she comes, destroy her!
Is that a Medusa?
Well, I know. I believe it's Medusa.
Did they call that Medusa? It's a snake.
We are in ancient Greek. There we go! Medusa's gone.
It was Medusa.
See?
I didn't know Medusa was just a snake. Crazy.
There's a reason I don't think it was all of Medusa. That fight went really, really fast. 8-Bit Sword also thinking that and going back into the room.
8-Bit Sword immediately threw Superfly into the water.
You know, Superfly can go swimming every once in a while. Great. Now I want to play the PC version and see what the Medusa fight's like. Because if it's anything at all like that fight, it's going to be stupid. And like 10 seconds long.
I mean, I'm wondering if how much of any part of this game is like the original version.
The story is very, very similar.
Like, I'm sure they at least had notes. But I'm wondering how much they knew about the actual finished product game. How far apart did these come out?
I think they came out, I think they were simultaneous releases. Or very, very close to each other. Let me see. May 23rd, 2000 on Windows, and this was the year 2000 for Game Boy Color. Yeah, same year.
Although, interestingly, as I forgot, apparently this did not come out in North America. Yes, it was canceled. The North American release of this was canceled.
Okay, so this never came out in the States, it only came out in Japan?
And Europe. They are playing the European ROM at the moment.
So I'm reading this. Greek Mythology, Episode 2, Ancient Greece. This is from the N64 manual. Greek mythology comes alive as Mishima banishes the party to Lemnos Island in ancient Greece. During a duel with the legendary Medusa, Hero discovers how to successfully energize Daikatana, but the party suffers a major setback when Superfly is turned to stone. Hero must find a way to cure his comrade and use their combined mental powers to teleport with Daikatana through space and time, which we just saw. Yeah, this very much follows the same story. Like, everything that the N64 version talks about in the manual is certainly happening in this game. So here, Mishima, this is medieval Norway that we're in. Mishima ambushes the party in the time-space continuum, sending the group spiraling into medieval Norway. Here the party finds a kingdom beset by plague. A heartbroken king holds the key to their escape, but they must first collect 7 pieces of a holy sword to help the king and save his kingdom. Ooh, big question. How linear is medieval Norway? If there are 7 pieces of a key.
That is a splendid question that I did not ask.
Well, 8-Bit Sword got a silver claw. Look at that claw attack. You can't just attack people with the claw when they're in their own house. Slump dead. Oh my god, that translation. So, Do you know if this version here is a fan translation or if it's like
No,
the
this
planned
was a
translation?
Europe. This was released in Europe
Okay.
in English. This is just the game that came out, and it came out in Europe first, and then it came out in Japan. Apparently, the actual cartridge release was only in Europe, if Wikipedia is accurate.
Well, Withheld got through
and in Japan, it was a download for some kind of peripheral.
Okay. Withheld just did a
And they
slide
were-
puzzle, it looks like, or one of the block pushing puzzles, Sokoban puzzle. And it worked out. Interesting. Do you know what peripheral it was released for in Japan?
So apparently there was a peripheral called Nintendo Power, no relation to the magazine. And it was for the Super Famicom and the Game Boy, and it let you download titles onto a flash memory card for a fee.
Okay.
And it ran from the NES, the Super Famicom version started in 1997. The Game Boy version started in 2000, and it ran until 2007.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's a decent amount of time. You know, one thing that I love that part of the dialogue talking to the guy in the house is slump dead. That's just the ending of the conversation. But one thing I'm actually pretty impressed with this game is that, you know, the original had so many freaking weapons. So many. And in this version, they actually put in a decent amount of effort to make each weapon at least a little bit different from the others. So, like, there are reasons to use specific weapons in different scenarios. Uh-oh. 8-Bit Sword already ruined this slide puzzle. That's okay. Or the Sokoban. Gotta leave. Nope. Claw can't break square. You must push square. Nope. Unbeatable now, my dear sir. You must use the power of Sokoban. Now remember everybody, the stakes are relatively high for this. The people who take first and second in this match will move on. Third and fourth will be eliminated. If there are judgments based off of the referees for some of the confusion that's happened with this, though, it may end up being a little bit different. We will see. And yeah, it seems like the players are going a little bit in their own individual directions here in this area, medieval Norway.
And as Radama Ford is saying in the chat, it does look like we are going to have to take some time to review the VODs afterwards to figure out what the actual placement is. Because the match is just going a lot faster than really what I expected.
Yeah.
So it's much more difficult to keep track of all the individual different rooms seen.
It is important for players to remember, like, especially throughout the beginning. The beginning is most likely where you're going to be able to see all of the rooms, and as it goes on, especially if, now that we're in medieval Norway, it's very possible that, you know, some of these houses you don't need to go into, but they're making sure that they're going, Escorian especially, going into every single house to make sure that she sees the room, that she gets any of the items that are in there. You know, the players are very consciously going to need to pay attention to the areas that they haven't been to see, hey, is this someplace that I can eventually visit? Because if so, that's another room.
Oh, I just saw the next game. That's going to be fun.
Ooh, I actually haven't seen it yet, because I've been having a lot of fun. Yeah,
I was checking on the ref chat and I clicked over and it's like, oh, I tested that one. Oh boy.
Yeah, referees, I do want to give a huge shout out to you all because you have been helping a lot. And know that, like, if there's any way that I can repay you for extra effort for doing this, let me know. Because I really appreciate what you've done in order to make things easier for us. And if there is anything I can do to help or to, like, make life a little bit better for y'all, please let me know.
They are putting in
tub.
some serious work on this game in particular, and I will accept whatever punishment is due to me.
Yeah, we could also torture
subjecting them
Clades.
to this.
Yeah, I mean, we can have revenge of the refs, and guess what? You can go as hard as you want against Clades. That would be fine.
Just don't try an NES game, because I've seen all the ones that came out in North America.
Kazuya, I'm gonna go ahead and be very clear here. Making Clade speedrun Milk Run isn't exactly punishment, because it's not making me speedrun Milk Run. I'm the one who hates cows. I think Clades is kind of indifferent on cows. How do you feel about the bovines?
They taste good.
Okay, what about when they're alive? Still taste good?
You can get nice fluids out of them, I guess. Some of them, not all of them. You don't mostly just not the bulls.
I almost said
what I'm getting at.
Berkshire, the black and white ones, the
stereotypical ones.
Milk cow. Oh no, now you're reminding me of the joke that's in Spirit, the horse movie. Let's just say that the little baby horse was not just drinking from the mother, and that was a very weird thing to put in a kid's movie, y'all.
Now I'm thinking about that, and I don't want to. Why have you done this? That is unwanted information.
PG-13, everybody. That's what we are here. Well, we have just about 10 minutes left on this match again. We probably won't have placements. I will decided at the end of this match they will be put up, obviously, later on the schedule spreadsheet, so you can always check after the match. Give them a while. I'm not going to rush them. There's no need. I just really appreciate the work that they put in. Ooh, Radama Ford asks why one of your weapons is a jazz hand. Because it is the Silver Claw. I presume because we are in medieval Norway. Silver is good against werewolves, and I have seen a werewolf.
Yeah, I did not intend for this to be such a bear to track, so whoops. What is going on Scout Pilgrim's screen? I did not see that before. Never mind, it's gone. Okay. Just some kind of large man that may have been a wolf, I don't know.
There was indeed a werewolf earlier. There was a cutscene, and then Scout Pilgrim had to fight the werewolf, and I saw that she died a couple times against it, but if she's beaten the werewolf now, that is a good chance that she's going to be able to move on and do something else. Remember, they are trying to collect 7 pieces of the sword per the N64 manual. I haven't really looked into this version of the game. But,
and as a nice bonus, I just found out that there are at least 2 rooms in the game that are not on the map that I gave to the refs. So that makes it even a little worse to track.
Clades!
What have I done?
We know what you've done. You gave out Daikatana.
I did. I gave out Daikatana. I did not think I was giving the refs a worse experience than the players. And yet,
that's okay. It's lessons. We learn lessons. Lesson number 1 is the easier it is to track. Sometimes it's nice to do the easy method, which in this case would be like key items.
This was supposed to be the easy method. I didn't think there were enough key items to track this properly that way.
We're almost to 200. We've almost counted to 200.
I also
and we've seen the race multiple times.
I also kind of didn't think the players were gonna get this far. I didn't get this far in an hour.
Well, you know what? Our players are good. This is why they're in Kusogrande and we're not.
I mean, it throws me off because sometimes I'll play a game and it'll be like, oh yeah, I beat it in like 40 minutes. I'm worried that it's not going to be a good match, and then no one gets past level 2. And then here we are. Everyone's whipping my butt at Daikatana.
I'm honestly not surprised. Not to be mean, but I want to play this game. I feel like a top-down adventure game like this, especially, I don't know, I would feel very hopeful the entire time that I could potentially make progress. Like, this would be a game that I would love to get in a mystery tournament. Obviously, never gonna happen, because I'm watching it here on Kusogrande, and I am not eligible to get this in Kusogrande now, because I have seen too much.
Oh yeah, and then we had Last Action Hero a couple weeks back that I didn't beat in an hour, and I almost got Laser Dolphin. I forgot about that.
Well, you know what?
That's Kusogrande for you.
Yeah, it's lessons learned. You know, there are going to be mistakes every once in a while. I'm going to say that lesson for this one is never give a metric where referees could be counting up to 200.
At least not without an actual in-game tracker that can be viewed constantly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyways, no, I'm not going to give you too much of a hard time. It's like,
that's okay. I'm giving myself enough of one.
Good.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I mean...
Luckily, I do think we're avoiding the tube and bin, at least.
I think
that was on the table. That was on the table for a minute, like 30 minutes ago. But I think we're good.
Yeah, it's like, either it's a tube and bin, or it's okay, we gotta put in work.
There's gonna be VOD reviews. I'm probably gonna receive some vitriol.
Well, that's why we're gonna invite all the players into chat.
Nice. I will be excited to find out whether they or the refs did in fact have a worse time.
I think I know the answer.
I think I know the answer, but you never know.
Is your answer the refs?
Someone playing right now might really hate this game. I don't think they're gonna hate it as much as the refs, but we won't know until 5 more minutes.
Honestly, it's true, but I think, you know what? I would put a decent amount of money on the refs hating this more than the players.
Yeah.
Which, hey, welcome to Kusogrande. Apparently today I was making the refs suffer. Oh, again, my heart goes out to y'all. Thank you for the help. And if you need me to help, please let me know. You know what? That dying man in the bed on 8-Bit Sword Screen, when he was laying on his back, he looked like a clown. Yeah, that's all. That's my comment. Yeah.
Did he have the nose?
He had the hair. Well, I think it was his pillow, but the pillow made it look like he had like Krusty the Clown hair.
So do you think when he said Slump's dead, it came out in like honks?
I'm trying to honk. Can anybody make a honking sound? I've heard one comedian make a really good like bicycle honk noise. Sarah Milliken.
I feel like I could, but I don't want to risk sounding that stupid.
Do it. I risk it all every day. Every day I risk sounding stupid, and you know what?
Oh, that was different.
Not bad.
That was something else.
That was pretty good. You know what?
We're kind of there.
Yeah, you're not perfect, but I'd say that this is at least like intermediate level honking.
I would need to warm up and practice, but yeah, it was better than I thought it was going to be.
Clade's intermediate honker confirmed.
I wonder how many frogs can make a sound that sounds like a honk. There are frogs that make surprising noises. I'll tell you
love
that.
some silly frog sounds that are just like, whee!
Yeah. Oh, there's this one frog that just makes a little like two-tone squeaky noise, really high pitched, and someone set it to music. Great.
I've probably seen that video. Frogs are great.
Probably. It made the
Iskorian
rounds.
is fighting a werewolf, I think. I believe this is why you get the silver claws, but maybe, you know what? Why use a silver claw when you can use a gun? They didn't have guns in medieval Norway, so it's good that we're time traveling.
He does kind of look like a clown that has been completely dipped in mayonnaise.
Yeah, I mean, when turning on his side.
And you know, maybe
the mayo clown.
If I'm on my deathbed, I also want to be dipped entirely in mayonnaise.
Not me. Gross. Put me in a different condiment.
Mustard?
You know, I would go with mustard. I could go with ketchup. Don't want to go with mayo.
That's fair.
And you know what? In general, I don't care what you do with my corpse, but if you cover it with mayo, I will haunt you. Don't believe in ghosts, but I will find a way. Okay, Scout Pilgrim appears to be past this boss that 8-Bit Sword has been fighting for a while. I don't know if 8-Bit Sword managed to get through the boss, but... yeah,
We have about 40 seconds left and no idea who's winning.
Scout Pilgrim did get the sword piece, which is definitely a little bit required in this area, getting the sword pieces in order to move on, and it's possible that getting a sword piece will help unlock a new area. Whether or not she will be able to see a new room, though, remains to be seen in the next 15 seconds. Oh, this music is so... okay, it's appropriate, but it sounds off-tune. But it's appropriate for medieval Norway that's plagued by the plague, you know? That, everybody, is time! Woo! Everybody, we survived Daikatana. Can you believe it? I can believe it because it was Daikatana for Game Boy Color. Potentially a better version of the game, but we don't know. We'll have to see what all the players think. Let me go ahead and check to see if people want to come and chat, and no one knows who won. So everyone, you can join General Voice if you want to come yell at Clades. It's always a fun tradition to have people come and yell.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Yeah. With that said, we have people come and yell during a tubing situation. This isn't quite a tubing situation, but it's a refs are going to be angry situation.
Yeah, we've avoided the bin. I'm pretty sure we've avoided the bin, but it's bad.
Oh, hold on a second. Let me get some headphones on. I am...
Hi.
baffled.
Okay. Hello. But yes, we are welcoming everybody to come and complain at Clades because we're trying to decide who had the worst time, you or the referees.
We're pretty sure it's the refs.
The referees.
Oh, really?
Almost certainly it's the refs, but you know, we have to
Daikatana was actually fun. Like,
okay,
it felt like budget Nina.
Yeah, I was like, I've seen stuff about Daikatana like years ago, and then I was like, do I actually know what Daikatana is about? I don't think I do. Once we started getting like teleported back in time or something.
Friends. Thank God we don't have to escort anybody.
There's Superfly Johnson, and the big sword, and
Yep, Daikatana
Stuff.
means big katana.
it does.
Withheld,
At that cool
hello.
smell level. Hi.
And it's also not how you're supposed to read those kanji, actually.
I don't care. That's how we read it, and you know what? He named it Daikatana, so as it turns out, kanji are just symbols that mean whatever you want them to mean.
Sure.
Yeah, that people are. I'm gonna get in trouble for that. Well, so here's the question, because I've been arguing that this is the best version of Daikatana out there. I actually kind of want to play this. How did everybody here feel about the game? I think we haven't heard from Withheld for sure, and Escorian.
I kind of enjoyed the game. It's pretty good. It's pretty, like, it hits all the beats of, like, what Daikatana the game's about. Like, oh yeah, you get to go to, like, the old island, and you get to go to, like, the cool snowy area, and you get to invade the prison, and I liked it. It's cute. It's a nice, different way of looking at Daikatana.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Yeah, Escorian, like, have you played very many, like, top-down games like this?
Oh yeah, I actually have played through Mina, and but yeah, this was actually pretty difficult for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I feel like I kept falling behind.
Yeah, how did other people feel that way, or, like...
I think there was one part where I had to reload a save.
You
just 'cause I, like,
definitely
missed it.
didn't commit the cardinal sin of that, which is don't save before a 3-minute cutscene.
Oh my
Or after a
god.
3-minute cutscene.
Yeah.
And then I died on the boss 5 minutes later, and it's like, oh, I screwed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like I did pretty good. Like, I like got to like the very end. I felt like I got far. I didn't have any major mistakes.
Yeah, honestly, you all were pretty close to each other.
Yeah, everyone was in the same neighborhood of the game at the end, but we're not sure who won because I picked a really bad tracking metric, as it turns out, because it was really hard to keep track of.
Yeah.
Because you all played through the game much further and faster than I expected.
Yep, and that is why we invited y'all to come in and yell at Clades, although I don't think we get much yelling because, again, I kind of want to play this game.
Yeah, the yelling is coming from the refs, I think, in this case.
Although there's too much story.
There is
There's
a
a lot
lot
of
of
story.
there is story, there's lore. Anyone who has played the original Daikatana certainly knows that as well. Like, Withheld, did you say that you've had experience with the original then?
Yeah, the original had a lot of story as well. This was like a pretty, like, I guess somewhat faithful adaptation of the story.
Yeah.
And that's probably not the best for a Game Boy Color game, but it's definitely respectable.
Like, one thing that really impressed me was that they actually made, like, the huge arsenal of weapons. They made it so that, like, not every weapon does exactly the same thing. You know, there was variety. There was a reason to swap between weapons. And for Game Boy Color, that's not exactly the easiest thing to do. So, like, it's unfortunate that this game never came out in the US because I think it would have been the best version of Daikatana in the States. It was in Europe, and I believe Japan, and that's it.
Yeah, all I really got about the story was whatever was happening in the cutscenes, and then like the 10 words I downloaded from mashing A through them.
What about...
Did you know you could also mash B?
Superfly don't used.
Superfly don't used, everybody. Yeah, that's the reason. Like, John Romero is from the States, but the game was made in Japan, so we have lovely translation errors, which I am a huge fan of.
Yes, the Chemco seal of approval.
Oh, yeah. Well, perfect. So here's the deal. When it comes to getting the tracking figured out, we're very much going to have to tell you all later. There is no way that we can let you know who took the victory at this point, because it's just... It's going to take some time.
Yeah.
They're currently going through the VODs.
Looking back at it, I think I got third because I completely missed one section.
Oh, you did?
But so I didn't get to the right section of the Plague World yet, but I don't know how many screens people missed in the interim. So I know progression-wise, I'm third.
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll see what the refs come up with.
Yeah, that's the whole thing, is you can miss so many screens, like...
Yeah, that's
I don't
part of it.
know.
I was trying to make sure I went to, like, every time I saw an exit, I tried to go somewhere, but
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
what ended up was,
Yeah.
like,
I definitely tried to
the
take-
room in the castle where you have to, like, teleport, and I couldn't figure out the teleport combo.
Yeah, and we do believe that some people did miss some of the screens on, like, the first couple acts. It's just hard to know how compared to everybody else. So, like,
Yeah.
you know, even if you feel like you missed a lot in Plague World, aka Norway, you
AKA
might have
Norway.
gotten enough important rooms early on that it doesn't matter, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you all so much for coming and playing. It was honestly a lot of fun to watch and chat about. And
Yeah.
again, I think this is a game that I want to play one day, because it's got the vibe. It's got some music that I really enjoy, especially like the second area. That music was a jam. And like,
Yeah, it was pretty good.
yeah, just seems
Yeah,
like it
yeah.
fits my general type of game that I would like. Yeah. So let's go ahead and go through any plugs that you have. 8-Bit Sword, anything you'd like to plug, or if not, any games that you've been playing.
Lately I've mostly just been playing different, like, Mario things, like Mario ROM hacks, like Paper Mario 1 and, like, Super Mario Eclipse, that's like a Sunshine ROM hack. And then usually you can just find me at 8-Bit Sword on, like, Blue Sky or here on Discord.
Sweet. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. Good luck with the ROM hacks. I know that they get really challenging at times, so... but they're really neat as well. Like, what the community makes is just astounding.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, Scout Pilgrim, how about you?
I don't have anything really to plug right now, but I mean, you can find me at scoutpilgrim.bluesky.net, and also I'd like to plug UFO 50. We just wrapped submissions for our second annual Cherry Rush. This year, it's not just 50 cherries. There's going to be a whole lot of special things. I know that there's some submissions for challenge runs, multi-world. Someone's made a Kaizo Mario hack that is in the UFO 50 theme, so I know that's been submitted. But yeah, if you want to join us, the Discord's over at 50games.fans. We have a wonderful time, and yeah, thank you so much for everything. Whether this is the last one or there's more to come, this has been a lot of fun.
We'll let you know later. Withheld, what about you? What would you like to plug?
I don't think I really have anything to plug, to be honest. I've just been kind of out and about, just doing whatever with life. I haven't really been playing too much. I haven't really been active online, so...
Oh my gosh, real life.
I know!
Shout out to real life, everybody. I love it.
Let's go!
Yeah! All right, I'll go ahead and let you all go. Take care, friends, and have a great rest of your Wednesday.
Thank you. You as well.
All right, you too.
Yeah!
Yep, have a good one.
Uh-huh. Well, everybody, we are moving on to the second match of the day. Yeah, that's right. We've got 4 players coming up and duking it out, trying to make as much progress as they can in this match. And Crappy, how about you take us over to the reveal here, because it is that time for us. Actually, Crappy, no, you're gonna go help the refs. Refs, do you want help? Okay, Crappy's gonna go help you with Daikatana. Okay. Best of luck. I hear that Crappy can count all the way up to 2. It's not a lot, but we'll see what Crappy can do for you, okay? Otherwise, thank you so much, referees. Love you. Oh, Taven's gonna leave Crappy to do the review. Perfect. Glad to hear somebody's excited for Crappy. He needs love. Well, you know who else needs love? Our next GM. Oh, that is rude. But whatever, we're going to invite them in right now. Say hello to our dear friend and GM, Kazuya. She's coming in. She's gonna come in. The Sims 2 is not very exciting music to say. Hey, hello to you. Kazuya, come and give a game. Kazuya, give us a game. Kazuya, give us a game. Where the crap are you, Kazuya? Oh my gosh, there we go, more exciting. There, you waited until the dramatic music. I appreciate it. Hello, Kazuya.
Hello, Bro Sancho. What do you mean I need love? I see how it is.
I know, I'm sorry.
I don't think you are.
I'd do anything for love.
Well, you won't do that.
But if by that you mean play Milk Run for less than $100,000 or maybe $50,000, or I could be talked down. Correct.
Ah, damn. Look, the dollar menu's just not enticing you. All right, I see how it is.
No. I want to be able to get a dishwasher or something. Okay.
Fair enough.
Oh.
Well, I guess if you're ready, I can let everyone know what they're playing. Well, hopefully this will be an easier match to track for our refs, and we're sticking with the D theme, as this is also a game that starts with a D.
Ooh.
But you a fan of Taco Bell, Brasencho?
I literally had Taco Bell for lunch.
Perfect time.
I rarely have Taco Bell just because, one, we don't order out very often, and two, it honestly is something that probably shouldn't happen that very often. It takes away your health points, I think.
Very valid. Well, as we know in the future, every restaurant's going to be Taco Bell because they're playing through Demolition Man for the 3DO.
That's correct. And guess what? You're not going to get that lettuce explosive diarrhea if you only eat stuff that has meat. Right? I hope not.
I hope so too.
Anyways, Demolition Man for the 3DO. We've got 1 full hour of demolition, possibly caused by Taco Bell. The players are going to do as much as they can to make progress in here. Whoever does takes the victory. Whoever doesn't only gets 2 points. Most of the players are 14 or 15 points, but we actually have a special where a 12-point player is stepping in to play this as well. Blasphemous Roar, thank you so much for being willing to step in and, risk it for the biscuit, because who doesn't like biscuits? Biscuit haters.
Look, if Roar ends up winning this and moving on, that's going to be a big morale boost for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to have them here. Everybody get prepared for some demolition, and hopefully we don't have to watch too many of the cutscenes because I presume copyright strikes.
Yes, they are completely allowed to skip all the cutscenes with select.
Perfect. If only Willard wasn't showing it right now. I'm going to turn it off for a second.
Yeah.
Because even showing video these days is a little bit risky.
Yeah, I knew when I wanted to give this game out because I knew it actually used clips from the movie. I'm like, we gotta make sure we can skip them. So.
Okay. So hopefully they can all get to the menu in a sec. Nope, they're still demolishing over there. And I need them to take down pics.
You love Baby's first Photoshop the title screen?
Oh my god. Babies can Photoshop my title screen any day. Okay.
That is a concerning sentence, bro.
Ready? It looks like everybody's ready, so best of luck to the players. What should chat spam for emotes?
Taco Bell, explosions, anything fighting game related. Those are the big three.
Taco Bell, explosions, buff men. The three things that I want in life. As soon as I see movement, I will start our timer, and there we go! Spam your emotes, everybody, and let them know that you are excited. The players don't see chat because they're focused on Demolition Man. But
Yeah.
they might see it later. They might be like, what were people talking about? Turns it... So wait. I see no Taco Bell yet. Do I have to wait for the Taco Bell?
You know, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Taco Bell makes an appearance in the game.
Does it make an appearance in the movie?
Yes, in the future, every restaurant is replaced by Taco Bell.
Oh my god. And so you're trying to stop Taco Bell?
No, it was just they sponsored Taco Bell and so they sponsored Taco Bell. The movie was partially sponsored by Taco Bell, so they decided that was the best way to fit in the sponsorship. Was like, hey, let's just make it so that in the deep future, every restaurant is Taco Bell.
Beautiful. Wow, this is a compression nightmare. Let me see if I can make this at all better, because, oh boy. Maybe if I change the ratio? That's a little better for compression, okay. Just trying to make it so that, like, you can hear the music and the sound effects at the same time. Gonna do a little recapturing just because we have a couple screens that are a bit odd. So, this is, I was gonna say a running gun. It's not a running gun, it's a sitting gun, at least for now.
Yeah, we may see other stage types in it later, but for now it is just a simple light gun game. Except they don't have a light gun, so they have to move their use the D-pad.
Oh!
Gene is into the third section.
Honestly, I'm not surprised. Gene is a strong player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there is a neat little thing with this section is you see that helicopter on the background on Genie's screen?
Yes.
You will eventually need to blow that up, but if you don't shoot it before it starts moving, it will chew through your health quicker than you can say potato salad.
Okay, so you, like, Genie did a good job at not shooting the helicopter until this.
You need to shoot the helicopter before it starts moving because the damage does count, but it will just, as you saw, shred through your health.
Okay, so shooting it right now would be very, very helpful.
Yes.
Gotcha. I thought you were saying that, like, if you shoot it too early, it's gonna, like, suddenly become a turret and just destroy you. I'm like, well,
nope.
That's unknowable until you actually do it. Why do the grenades look like they have eyeballs?
Wait, why? I admittedly, I don't see the eyeballs on the grenade.
Okay, the other people watching, if you see grenades get thrown, do you see eyeballs on them? Because I do.
Lone Mouse, starting over, probably didn't want to waste the continue. They only have one continue for the entire game.
What? Okay, yeah, very worthwhile to restart then. Like, honestly, I would be doing that.
Genie is on to stage 2.
Holy cow.
Stage 3, technically. Because for the on-rail shooters, we're separating it by when they do see the bonus point thing. That's just the easiest way to denote the stages.
Yeah. Okay, how many lives do you have per continue? I suppose...
I believe 3.
Okay. Wow, Genie through another level. This is a game that Genie is really vibing with. Yeah. How long is it, though? How much of this game do we have? You said there are multiple genres.
There are, based off my tracking, let me pull up my document real fast. There are, that's the player version. There are 12 stages, and Gene Genie is on stage 4.
Okay, yeah, we'll probably see a game over fairly soon for Gene Genie, and well, or level 5, you know.
Well, Gene Genie onto the second genre, the fighting game genre.
Uh-oh. Good blocks. Not really doing too much there, but, you know, good blocks. Oh my gosh, okay. Like, just let me... How dare you, stupid... I don't want... Why? Who would need AI with Adobe Acrobat? Who? Nobody. Literally nobody. Okay, so... Mission Name the Fortress. Simon Phoenix is wanted by the Los Angeles Police Department for charges connecting him to several felonies throughout the city and surrounding areas. Many of the charges include aggravated murder, attempted murder, assault with a deadly weapon, grand theft, and kidnapping. All Los Angeles Police Department personnel have been advised that Phoenix is currently armed and considered extremely dangerous. Phoenix is heavily supported by a vast underground of weapons and stolen equipment suppliers. So that is who you are going to try to fight Phoenix. Is this Phoenix here?
Yes, this is Phoenix, played by Wesley Snipes. Like the story says, he's a wanted criminal, and they send... apparently this whole situation is I actually haven't seen the movie.
Same.
But apparently, from my understanding, this is like a hostage situation, so they decided the best man to send in is the guy who leaves buildings exploding.
Yes.
That's
Demolition Man.
Yeah, that's why, what's his name? Sylvester Stallone is known as the Demolition Man.
Yeah. Apparently there are fans of Demolition Man in chat. By the way, Willard J. Bradley also on to the fight here against Phoenix. Oh, yeah. Very nice. I'm not too concerned for the other players, though, because we're going to see plenty of game overs. Blasphemous Roar choosing not to continue. That is completely fine this early on.
Oh, I'm so scared.
Gene Genie is deciding to use the continue. Probably fair. They did make a good bit of progress. Just want to try and they almost beat Phoenix their first attempt. Unfortunately, he just managed to get him with the patented kicked him in between the leg strat.
So yeah, the general story of the movie seems that Simon Phoenix kidnapped a busload of passengers, and so police officer John Spartan, nicknamed the Demolition Man for the collateral damage he often causes in apprehending suspects, mounts an unauthorized assault to capture Phoenix. When a thermal scan of the area reveals no trace of the hostages, he raids the building and confronts Phoenix, who sets off explosives to destroy everything. The hostages' corpses are found in the rubble, and Phoenix claims the Spartan knew about them but attacked anyway. Uh-oh. Both of them go to prison. At the city's California Cryo Penitentiary, in which convicts are cryogenically frozen and undergo subliminal rehabilitation techniques. Okay. So they do that. They end up in the future because of that.
Yes.
And end up in Megalopolis, which is formed from the merger of Los Angeles, San Diego, and Santa Barbara after a massive earthquake. Okay. And it's run by Dr. Raymond Cocteau.
Gene Genie onto the museum stage. They are making incredible progress. This is a puzzle, and Gene Genie immediately figures out part 1.
Shoot the TNT.
Yes.
Okay, there's a car. In general, if you have a gun, and that's the only thing that you can use, that's probably essential to the puzzle.
And has already also figured out stage 2 strat, which is to blow up the car. Stage 3 is the most interesting one. See if they can figure out. There is a very subtle hint as to what you need to shoot. which Gene Genie has not located it yet. Also, chat mentioned earlier, Sylvester Stallone actually did film some unique, we're skipping them, but some unique scenes basically just of him running around a green screen, just for like the in-between transitions.
That's fine. I like it. Okay, Gene Genie, like, honestly at this point, might be worth just ignoring the flying bullets and trying to figure out what you're supposed to shoot. I would presume maybe the plane / Iron Cross at the top, or maybe the weird man on the window to the left.
You were closer with the plane on the top, but not exactly the plane.
Is it the wheel on the plane?
No.
Okay, would it be the face underneath the plane?
It is not the face underneath the plane.
What the crap? What are you supposed to shoot?
We'll be able to see it. Keep an eye on that plane if Genie gets to the third phase again.
Okay.
Because like I said, there is a somewhat subtle hint on what you're supposed to shoot. I also did forget to ask if anyone here has actually seen Demolition.
Okay, the plane. Oh my God! Are you supposed to? The plane's.
Yep, that bomb.
It was a
drops is
male.
what you're supposed to shoot.
And you had to shoot it. That is very cruel.
I need to note something to the refs because I did not realize that there was a separation between those two faces.
That is all good. I think it'll still be a little easier to track than the last game. Well, speaking of the referees, we've got 4 people who are helping to track this. The referees, I guess we have 5 referees who are helping out for this match. The refs are Hazelshade was told they suck by FNV Sylvester Stallone. How dare you? I can't English today. Okay, how dare you, Sylvester? M Sparkly gets REAL with asterisk in between. Ooh, scary. Taven could use a slice of bonus pie. My favorite pie. We've also got Harp Griffin says A-cab. Agreed. Even Sylvester Stallone. And finally, Blasness is the guy popping up 2 inches from Stallone's face. Aw, that guy's cool. Good job. Well, it looks like Willard J. Bradley is also onto the puzzle level. All you have to do is shoot the tip.
Game over.
Shoot the plane's tip.
We have our first words in the match chat so far from Kalo Mao saying, I hate this game.
I can imagine. Question, each shot fired, is that, are you able to hold the button on the 3DO generally, or do you actually have to press?
No, I think you have to press.
Gotcha. In Kusogrande, we do allow people to bind auto fire if they so desire, for accessibility reasons. One risk, though, with this game is that if you do that, considering that you have loading times, it could be a lot easier to go through your bullets, not hitting anything relevant. So, you know, there is trade-off, risk and reward, but it doesn't matter if you, have an accessibility need. You are allowed to bind turbo at any point.
Did I mess up my count on the number of sections?
I don't know what you messed up, Kazuya.
Sorry, I'm half thinking out loud.
Yeah, well, you know what? We gotta win you some love this match. we're working on it. We're doing a good job, I think. So far, just having Sylvester Stallone up on the screen, I think is already a big point in your favor, though. Good taste. Not only that, but you get 2 pictures of Stallone on the screen at all times.
Yeah.
The health meter, which his face actually changes as he gets hurt, it gets sadder. And then the life counter also has Stallone. It appears that there are extra lives that you can earn in the game as well, which is very much something the players will want to pay attention to, because if they don't, they could easily end up getting game overs before they want. You know, for normally, like, when it comes to speedruns, you generally don't see people worrying too much about lives and continues because, hey, guess what? They have practiced the game a lot. But when it comes to a blind playthrough, you do need to take these things into account. But because you don't know what sort of cheese is going to show up and destroy you, you don't know what's going to happen. And managing to increase the number of chances that you have at stupid sections is especially helpful. So keep your lives up, keep your continues as much as possible, save them for the later levels. Well, yeah, just taking a look. So apparently, Phoenix, after being cryogenically frozen in the movie, he was thawed for a parole hearing, but then he escaped using skills he did not have before, which I presumed he developed during the cryogenic rehabilitation.
How do you develop skills when you're cryogenically frozen?
Well, they were using subliminal rehabilitation techniques. Maybe he learned how to do a backflip. I don't know. Maybe that's part of rehab. I've never gone to rehab. I don't know.
Fair enough.
I presume some people learn how to do a backflip in rehab.
I mean, but you're cryogenically frozen, which means you're just, like, sitting, like, laying there in, like, a tube. We're only 15 minutes.
says that's exactly what happened. There we go. You learn how to do a backflip during cryogenic rehab.
I mean, apparently I need to go to cryogenic rehab.
Heck
I've
yeah,
never,
we are all...
I don't know how to do a backflip.
Oh, a guy in charge of freezing gel decided to subliminally teach the bad guy. Gotcha. That's sneaky. So it was a brain hacker who gave him skills.
Gene, back onto the first fist fight.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm spoiling the movie for people who don't want it spoiled. When did this come out? 93?
No.
It's been like a few decades. Too bad. It's too late. Ruby says you can't spoil the movie with this game. I'm reading from Wikipedia, though. And I think I can spoil a little bit of it. Oh, but Ubi says apparently I can't, even if I try to spoil the plot. Okay, interesting. What about learning that, oh my god. They suggest, like, a modern day, as in the year 2032, officer decide, let's use Spartan's career from veteran, suggesting that Spartan is their best chance to stop Phoenix as someone with the experience and mindset to anticipate his actions. He knew Phoenix the best, so most likely to be able to stop him. Huxley persuades her superior, Chief George Earl, to parole and reinstate Spartan. Spartan finds life in San Angeles to be sterile and oppressive since all types of behavior deemed immoral or unhealthy have been declared illegal. So Phoenix is like, haha, backflips, and gets away from the police. Sylvester Stallone, aka Spartan, shows up and he's like, this place sucks, it's too clean. Even though I'm a police officer, this place sucks. But yeah, Spartan has Huxley lead him to a museum where he finds Phoenix looting a weapons exhibit. Okay, so this guy gets his weapons from the museum. That's one reason why weapons that are in a museum at least take away, like, their firing pin, you know?
Yeah?
Yeah. Don't have them in a ready-to-go state.
I don't know why the museum also has a tank with loaded rockets and, like, a missile turret.
This honestly looks like baby's first museum. Except with explosives.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Shoot the tip. There we go. Gene Genie is through the museum, part 1.
Yes. Which technically this should have been a second stage based off my tracking, but I did not realize there was a transition before the panel. So, I mean, the good thing is I didn't give the players the stage list, so they don't. So I was easily able to correct it for the rest.
Let me go ahead and read a paragraph from I'm sorry, I got distracted by someone saying a baby game was in Kuso Live, and luckily I don't know what you're talking about, but maybe I'll have to find out very, very soon. Anyways, paragraph about the movie. In gratitude for being quote-unquote saved, Cocktail invites Spartan and Huxley to a formal dinner at Taco Bell. Spartan notices the Scraps approach during the dinner and interrupts their attempt to steal food, but begins to sympathize with them. Acting on a hunch, Spartan has Huxley investigate Phoenix's rehabilitation program, finds that he's been given technological and combat skills to make him even more dangerous than he was in 1996. Scary! Okay, and then more cryo prisoners get released. Blah, blah, blah. Someone try... Wait.
So Genie needs to figure out that you see that triangle at the top. They need to shoot that now that it's low enough. They almost did, and that'll cause it to fall and end the stage. Unfortunately, taking another death, and I think they still have their continue, so that is not a game over at least.
So scared.
I'm so scared. It's okay, Wesley Snipes. Yeah, if y'all don't know, Wesley Snipes has been in a lot of stuff, but I know that he's been in some amazing movies, but I can't remember... Oh, Blade? Okay, I've never seen the Blade movies.
Have you seen Deadpool and Wolverine? Because doesn't he appear in that?
I haven't.
Yeah. I've not seen any of the Blade movies either. I just know one of them has Triple H from the WWE.
American's Dream, One Night Stand, U.S. Marshals, Blade, Disappearing Acts, Undisputed, Brooklyn's Finest, The Player, Dolomite Is My Name. Haven't seen any of those, and those are the things that he got awards for. What about sucky movies that star Wesley Snipes? Have I seen any of those?
The Wade of Blade
White
movie?
Men Can't Jump is another one in that list, but I don't think I've ever actually seen that movie. Maybe I've seen a tiny bit. White Hat, thank you for the raid. Come on in, everybody, and enjoy some Demolition Man. I'm trying to find out what Wesley Snipes has been in that I've actually seen. There's a lot that I should have seen. But you know what? I grew up in Utah, which is a little white. Especially rural Utah, and...
Can you jump, Rosentia?
And also, very Mormon, thus anything rated R was pretty much off the table, so... And honestly, I'm gonna wager that a lot of Wesley Snipes movies were probably a little bit more on the R side of things, right?
Yeah, Genie on to the second fight with Phoenix.
Ooh, yeah! Oh, he was in the TV series What We Do in the Shadows. Never mind, yeah, I have seen him in something. And I actually think I remember that one, because he was just Wesley Snipes. Oh, come on, punch him! No, don't die, Sylvester! I'm trying to think if I've ever met somebody actually named Sylvester. I don't know if I have.
I don't think I have either.
I've met some Silvios.
I realize I don't think we ever went over how we're tracking that. So because of the different genres and stuff, the tracking is going to depend on the stage type. For the shooter on rail sections, it's just kind of like the stage reached, then the screen reached, then like the number of enemies shot other than the museum because it's a little different. And then fighters, we have tracking based off of Phoenix's home.
Indeed. I will get the tracker up in just a second. Thank you again, referees, for helping to track this match. I completely forgot about putting that up. And I think, you know what? It's completely fine.
You are still showing the one for last.
It's not up for them. It will be up in a second, so don't worry about it.
One of these days I'll remember that sometimes you show things in the Discord stream before you show them on stream.
Yeah,
Today's not.
I'm sneaky.
So.
I'm sneaky like that. There we go. That's a little better. Not the cleanest capture, but you know what? Good enough. Good enough for being as late as I was. Yeah, Genie in the back streets fighting Wesley Snipes, about 60% damage done. But unfortunately, Wesley Snipes is wearing overalls.
Yeah?
Yeah, and honestly, those are probably... No, never mind. I think that, like, the jacket that Snipes was wearing in the first fight was probably more helpful. Maybe, but his clothes were flammable as well, so, you know, that was a debuff? The flames?
Genie is very low on health.
Yeah, fighting games usually have a timer, but this does not.
I don't think this does, but I also don't think the sweeps are actually doing damage.
They're getting points and they're doing very little damage, but I see the damage going up. So this would be reliable if Genie can manage to keep it up. Yes, slow, but slow is better than, you know, getting a full game over. At least at this point, like, any small amount of progress is gonna lock in your place.
Speaking of progress, Kate Lone Mouse onto the first indoor stage, got past the helicopter. That's a new high mark for them.
Very nice. Yeah, and Blasphemous Roar has managed to get to the first fight in or against Wesley Snipes, aka Phoenix. But unfortunately, only got him down to about 60% health, just eyeballing a little bit above the skull's eyebrow per the ref note, and it looks like Genie has it.
I figured if we got to the point where it would have trouble, we could always well, this is easy for the refs. Onto motion sickness warning, by the way. Onto the first free roaming shooter stage. These are mazes.
Oh no!
There is
is this frame rate?
Awful is this frame rate. Basically for tracking, this will just be when Genie escapes, because unsurprisingly, there are no maps.
Progress is LOL.
Pretty much.
I don't like this. This alone is why it's on Kusogrande. My God.
Yeah, and there's two of these stages. Not in a row, but there are two stages of this in the game. Basically, the last stage is this.
Thank you, Justin. Justin got me water. And water is so good. Ooh, Burst Error is correct about the handheld radar. It reminds me a little bit of some of the radars in, like, the Aliens movies, you know? I kind of dig it. I wish I had a radar like that.
Yeah, gonna be honest, I think enemies endlessly respawn, so it doesn't really help with that. It doesn't show you where the exit is.
Still, if you can see where, like, enemies are, especially if you went through, like, you see certain turns, you generally want to go where there are enemies, because that is usually, hey, progress. Although it seems like in this game there are enemies everywhere, so it doesn't matter. It's just how I would think, you know. Bad guys mean there might be a key or there might be a door. It's a good sign. Go, 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 go.
I would just like, the ref for Genie has said, "Thank you for not making me track this." Because, yeah, this is, like I said, there's no map, everything looks the same, and they just need to find the exit. Well, you'd think you could kill Phoenix, because here's Phoenix here with a gun and a million men, but nope. According to the manual, he has escaped, and you need to chase after him, even though he hasn't escaped, and he's right there, and so...
Now, you might be wondering about who made this game. As it turns out, it was Virgin Interactive. Yeah, they made other games like MTV Beavis and Butthead, Screen Wreckers. They made Blade Runner 1997, Hercules games, Disney's Hercules, actually, for Windows and PlayStation, Pandemonium 2, Screamer Rally, what about older games? Spot Goes to Hollywood. There we go.
That Hercules game I've actually heard is pretty good.
Really?
The action game starring Hercules or whatever it's called.
Ooh. Wait, they did the 11th Hour? There's no way. 11th Hour and 7th Guest. Those are so cool. Okay, they published that. Did they publish 7th Guest? Because if so, never mind, they're legends. Color a Dinosaur. What?
Yeah, Color a Dinosaur for, I think, Genesis?
They published it. No, NES. They published NES Color a Dinosaur. Yeah, it was developed by, I think, some Mormon guy here in Utah, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe not here in Utah. Who was it? No, it was the senator from California, the congressman from California who made Color a Dinosaur, and then Virgins published it. I mean, Virgin Interactive published it, so that's cool. Yeah, Virgin Interactive also helped with Cool Spot, Disney's Aladdin. Yeah, they got their hands on some really good games. Seventh
good
Guest.
Disney Aladdin. I love the Genesis Disney's Aladdin.
Honestly, both Super Nintendo and Genesis, I think, are good games.
I haven't played the Super Nintendo one, admittedly, but I played the Genesis one at home as a kid.
I never beat the Super Nintendo one, but I loved it.
I didn't beat the Genesis one either. But I did eventually beat it when they re-released it on the PlayStation, on like the modern consoles.
Wheeler J. Bradley is on to the second part of the museum. I think got to shoot the panels off, if I'm not mistaken.
Just the one on the left.
Just the one on the left? Okay, after that panel, what do you shoot? Icicle?
Well, you see that? Yeah, the ice. Once the icicle at the top stops lowering down, you shoot it.
Gotcha.
Which is actually accurate to the movie.
Okay, so you gotta shoot the panel as the icicle lowers and then shoot the icicle.
Well, shooting the panel lowers the icicle, which is what allows you to shoot it.
Gotcha. It's ready!
I don't think Willard has noticed it, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure Willard noticed the icicle lowering. Like, definitely saw the icicle. Who keeps an icicle in a museum anyways, especially in the non-refrigerated part?
It's like a light.
I don't care. Oh, Willard shot it, but it didn't seem to do anything. Uh-oh.
You need to shoot it a few times.
Yeah. And if you're not hearing anything when you shoot something, you might be tempted to say, nope, not doing anything. Note for developers, give a little feedback.
Unsurprisingly, Gene Genie is still in the sewers. But Gene Genie, that is a, commanding lead at this point. The closest anyone else has got is Willard with being in the museum.
Yeah, honestly, there would have been a very good chance of us not seeing this unless we had a really good player in the mix. And Gene Genie has been spectacular in Kusogrande. I think maybe had one early match during this tournament that they didn't do particularly well at, but, coming in with a vengeance here.
Clades, the GM from the last match, was the one who vetted this for me, and he honestly expected them not to get past the shooting stages.
Yeah.
And I honestly probably would have saved this for like bracket, but they vetoed like 5 games of mine. I'm like, well, you're gonna get nuked.
Okay, KM shooting the helicopter. Helicopter down. Time to fight.
No, he has the inside stages.
Okay, time to go inside. Never mind. I forget.
2 inside stages, 1 on the catwalks, 1 down here, and then 1 on the catwalks, and then...
Hey, just looking at this game, it looks like Tommy Tallarico did the music, which means that the music was actually done by Keith Aram and Charlie Malone. So great job to those two.
Yeah, I was gonna say you've unleashed a beast if we start talking Tallarico.
Oh, I mean, that's why I said what I said, because we know who worked on it. I mean, come on, Keith has done music for, some of the performance direction and executive producer for Street Fighter 6, kind of big. Some of the Persona games, it looks like Darksiders, Shin Megami Tensei 4, very nice. The talent direction and PCB executive producer. Has done a lot of talent direction for recent video games, but also going way, way back. Let's see what music you did. Demolition Man is one of the first games that he did audio for. Cliffhanger was the first. Cliffhanger for Genesis. None of those games were good, but honestly, you gotta start somewhere. But moved on. Rhapsody, a musical adventure, I think is one of the biggest, really cool early projects that Keith worked on. The other artist worked on Just Dance 2015 as well as Just Dance Kids 2. That's cool. I think that Charlie Malone probably did music for movies rather than games necessarily, but he did the original game music for this. Probably was. Let me see who Charlie Malone is.
While you're looking that up, Cam Lone Mouse on to the fighter. So there is a not insignificant chance that they can take a third away from Blasphemous.
As far as I can see, Charlie Malone only did the music for Demolition Man. Huh.
Gene Genie threw the first-person shooter stage onto an on-roll segment I did not realize was in the game.
The beer and tacos segment. I mean, you've got to have tacos. I appreciate the homage to our favorite and only restaurant in the future, Taco Bell. There we go. That was just kill all the enemies. Move on.
Okay.
What?
And welcome to the third stage type, driving.
Okay, this does not look good.
No, it does not. Tracking for this one is just that meter in the lower right next to Phoenix's car, which is 224. That's your distance from Phoenix's car.
Get as close as possible.
Yeah, I think you need to get it down to 30, and then it'll start the next stage.
Okay, and Gene Genie found a strategy, which is just to stay to the right. As it turns out, if you're not driving in the lanes, you don't need to worry about hitting cars. It's a wonderful strategy. Is this gonna work? This is so stupid.
I think it might work, but I think they need to pick up fuel, because there's that fuel meter in the bottom center.
Maybe.
But
Right, because in the future you can only drive 1 minute at a time before you get fuel.
They are making very good progress. Blasphemous is see you next Kuso, Kuso. They're thinking they're already out. Which I unfortunately think they might be if they get third, because they only have they're the ones who only has 12 points.
Yeah, Blasphemous Roar does need to take second, which right now, yeah, Roar would need to plast. Why? Why are my words like this today? Would need to pass Willard J. Bradley.
Genie is on to the next fighter stage. Does not have a ton of fuel though. So,
you need fuel for this?
Yes, because the car, you're still on the top of the car.
Well, then jump on his car. Never mind. Goodbye.
And I think that's a game over for Gene Genie. That might cement the high mark here as the fight.
That's so stupid.
Come on, is this the
Wow, Stallone.
That's the other thing they shot for Stallone was him basically insulting you every time you game over.
I like it. Like, thank you, Stallone, for... I mean, it might have been part of the contract for being the part, but, like, he did a good job. And I'm glad when they have the original actors participate in the video games, even if the video games are camp, okay? It's okay to do camp stuff every once in a while, y'all. In fact, please do. If you're an actor here, do something campy. Oh, Hazel Shade in chat is saying that apparently if you play on easy, he says that you suck. Beautiful.
They are playing on normal difficulty, mostly because I didn't realize there was a difficulty select until after I'd already been vetted.
Yeah, if anybody thinks that my voice would work for something campy that they're working on, then ring-a-ding-ding, give me a call, or just message me on Discord. I can be camp. I'd do it. I've been in a movie, except that movie I was told to act as boring and stupid as possible. Ugh. And as it turns out, I did a really good job of being boring and stupid looking. Justin's nodding his head, yeah. Don't you dare floss at me. Dabbing now? What is this? What the hell is happening here?
I don't know.
You
need to shoot the spike. You need to shoot the spike thingy. Will it? Hey, there you go. Willard, on to the second fight.
Okay, Ubi is saying that the film is fine. I am fine. Let me tell y'all. When I read the script, I didn't understand what was happening, but I was like, well, I didn't even get to read the whole script, just my parts. And I was like, well, the director knows what's going on. It's got to be fine, right? As it turns out, when I watched the movie in the theater with thousands of other people watching it, I'm not even kidding you, thousands, it made less sense than when I had read my parts. I was like, what is this? And I was sitting there watching like the biggest atrocity and knowing I was the main star with people laughing at moments that, didn't make sense. The MC that night made fun of our movie longer than the movie ran. Okay? And I was the main actor. Somebody on the other side of the world in Brazil recognized me from that freaking student film. I'm not even kidding you. It was so garbage.
That is kind of amazing, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, and let me just say, at least for the theme that they were trying to do for that film festival, it did not match the theme at all. And it was just so bizarre. And they just managed to get it on a technicality, and I don't remember what the technicality was for them getting it submitted to the student film festival, but like they tricked them into thinking that it fit the theme. So please, I survived humiliation in front of thousands of people, and that was in my 20s, late teens. Yeah, I'm used to humiliation. We can go ahead and do it all the time. It's fun.
I remember watching one of those like speed run videos that talks about like cool speedrun tech or something, and you were mentioned. I'm like, I forgot you're part of the speedrun community. It had something to do with, like, I think it was one of the Final Fantasies you used to speedrun.
Oh, probably Final Fantasy IV then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, Big Bad Game-a-thon submissions are open, and I have been trying to work on Journey to the Center of the Earth. In fact, I was playing it before this match. Let me tell you, I am a little angry at woolly mammoths right now, and they deserve to have gone extinct, like seriously.
See, I'd want to speedrun this, but one, I don't own a 3DO, two, the sewer level.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of groups are a little bit more, like, especially Big Bad Game-a-thon. It's fine to emulate it. Not a big deal.
Let me rephrase. I figured as such, but also I don't want to have to try and figure out the route for the sewer
So
level.
you're just trying to make excuses.
Look.
Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it.
Fine, I'll learn Demolition Man 3DO and attempt to run it for Big Bad Game-a-thon.
If you wish. If you wish.
Honestly, it's either that or the game I gave out on the 4th. I was actually also thinking of learning the run for Arcade America.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. It feels like it's been a lot longer than 45 minutes in this match.
Yeah, this match has lasted like all day, and it's only 45 minutes over.
Players in the match chat. Blasphemous is pretty sure they're gonna get knocked out, like I said, and KM Lone Mouse is, don't be too so sure about that. Blasphemous would need to basically get through. Ooh, actually, because yeah, it is. Willard is onto the sewers, so Blasphemous would need to get to and beat the sewers to be able to take second. And I keep saying Blasphemous. I know they like prefer it shortened to Roar, and I apologize if you watch the VOD.
Ooh, you could abbreviate it to be B-Roar or Broar. If you're watching the VOD later, Roar, consider Roar.
Oh, so if you two fuse, then it would be Broar Sencha?
Yeah, possibly. Interest. We could fuse. Roar. Let's talk about this later. Fusion. You up for it? Maybe so. It doesn't have to be cold fusion. It can be hot as you want, baby. What am I talking about? We've got Demolition Man happening right now. Am I flirting with somebody who may or may not be watching this? I don't know.
Blasphemous is through the firefight, the burning fight, though, so with 13 minutes left, if they can figure out the, if Roar can figure out the museum fight quick enough.
Yeah, and make it, oh my god. Roar, it feels like they are not taking the lead, but it's possible that they could move into second place and stay in Kusogrande. Like, it certainly is possible. I don't know if Roar has used a continue at this point. Yeah, shoot the helicopter dick. I'm sorry. Never mind.
They have not used a continue. You can see the little shield icon next to their life
yeah.
total. That means they have not used their continue yet, which is good because this game is mean and only gives you one.
Yeah, my apologies for that, everybody. It's an airplane, not a helicopter.
Yes, that's the part we had problem. Yeah.
It's just so long.
Unfortunately, Jesus Christ. Fortunately, Roar is taking a game over there, continue there. So having to restart the museum fight.
Yeah, but with extra lives, you know, you can manage to make a few mistakes here. Big thing, though, Willard is onto the sewers with 3 lives and a continue, so that gives Willard a huge advantage. Roar can potentially come back from this, though. Okay, pay attention to the airplane. Roar.
To be fair, Gene got through the sewers without losing a single life because they had no lives going in.
Roar did it onto the second section of the museum. I presume Roar has made it to Museum 3 from what the tracking says here. So, yeah.
They are on the last section of the museum, which is technically should have been its own stage, and I will correct that for future tracking if this game ever comes back. Which, of course, it will. You know, I think this is a perfect Kuso match.
Oh, Roar, pay attention. Pay attention to what's coming down as you shoot the panel. That's the big thing. Nope, that panel does nothing, just the left one. Yeah, left one shows electricity. And there we go. Shot the icicle through that stage in the museum and moving on. Fantastic job. Time to fight. And if Roar can get through this fight,
Roar's onto
it's honestly going to be a race.
It's going to be close.
KM is onto the museum as well. Very nice.
Oh, it is. This is a match, folks.
Yeah. Y'all, I mean, last week. Was it last week? Sunday? We had a match that was decided in the final 3 seconds. I'm not even kidding you. It was amazing.
I must have missed that. Which match was it?
What? Porky's. Or not Porky's, Porky. Yeah. Second place, I believe, was determined, and that determined whether or not they would stay in Kusogrande. Like, the final 3 seconds did amazing. Yeah, and for those who are wondering, Genie is in the lead, having made it to the car fight, which means that Gene likely will not lose this match. I don't see anybody making it that far.
Yeah,
but second place matters.
My third round match last year was decided in I don't remember if it was the last like 3 seconds, but it was like right at the end. I managed to steal second and keep me in the tournament. KM Lone Mouse taking a breather, they said.
That is fine.
Don't blame them. This is
Now, Roar has played a lot of fighting games, and I think might be trying to play this like a fighting game, which is a mistake. You need to find cheese and notice that there is no timer. There is no rush here. Yeah, sure, there is a timer in Kusogrande, but if Roar can beat Wesley Snipes once,
on their last life, no continues. Has not found the leg sweep strat that Genie used last time.
Okay, leg sweep, please. No, stop doing the cool moves. As long as you do the leg sweep continuously, you are good. You know, it takes a while, but you're good. You just can't play this like a game. 0 lives left. Try. Cheese.
Come on, Blasphemous Roar.
A sliver of health left, and Wesley just kicks him down. Or kicks them down. My apologies. No, Roar!
Kicks Sylvester Stallone down.
Yeah, Sylvester Stallone kicks the Stallone.
I probably should have mentioned that in that chat.
With that said, we can still see if Genie can manage to get back to the car fight. Willard, if you can get through the sewers, you technically have a chance. And by a chance, I mean moving from second to first. I don't think it'll happen, but we have seen comebacks in Kusogrande, and I always love it. I don't know why there are these quarterbacks trying to shoot you in the sewers, but they just have giant shoulder pads. Who?
Gotta love the Mortal Kombat style uppercut you can do as well.
Oh, there are so many men! So many men! Ubi asking if I played Ninja Gaiden. I played the original. You mean other Ninja Gaidens?
Yeah, I was like, there's about like 500 different games just called Ninja Gaiden.
There are a lot.
Because there's like the original, there's arcade, there's like the various other platforms, there's the Xbox one.
Genie, Phoenix is just standing there, literally will not engage at this point. What the crap? Why isn't Phoenix moving? Oh, there. Oh, here comes Phoenix. Oh, shin kick. I don't remember the phrase, but it's blah 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 shinderu.
Omae wa mo shinderu.
Yeah, it's just a kick to the shin. That's what the attack is.
Why do you think it's called shinderu?
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, that's the joke, Kazuya.
Genie, back in the sewers. Do they remember the route from when they beat it? Did they even figure out the route, or did they just manage to luck out?
Yeah, now while Genie is in the lead, they do not know that. Although they might have a good feeling, they still don't know for sure. And what they want to do is just give themselves the best possibility of getting back to where they were. So remembering how to get through the sewers and the correct strategy, and possibly how to reduce as much of the lag as possible, will be helpful here. Genie is pretty good at memory, though. I wouldn't be too surprised if they do remember how to get through here.
Yeah, they have a full continue too, so even if they die, they won't game over here, which is more than they had their last attempt.
Indeed. Yeah, I do want to give another shout out to Roar again for stepping in for this match. Roar didn't have to, considering that they were in a lower point bracket, technically, the 12-point bracket, but because we had somebody who wasn't able to show up, Roar stepped in, going up against a group technically in a higher bracket, and thus, in theory, a little bit less likely to take a victory. He's still coming, or they're still likely gonna take fourth, third. What am I saying? Brain.
I mean, not only that, they have been, it's not a far, they are not far behind second and first. Yeah, the sewer is a mess, but, the fight before the sewers is not a bad spot. I'd be more concerned if it was they were only on stage 3 or 2 and at this point, but it's no, they did really well. Even Cam Lone Mouse isn't that far behind. So this was a very close match, which I like to see. I'm pretty sure you like to see as well.
Oh yeah, I love it.
This game supposedly does have passwords. Both myself and Clades, who I said vetted, have no idea how to get the passwords. So just to make it easy, I'm if you game over, you start over.
Yeah. Wait, this has passwords?
Supposedly, don't know where they are. Don't know how you get them in game, but.
Yeah,
according to the options menu, there are in fact passwords.
I think that's usually a good thing to do, either to let them know if you manage to find passwords, you can use them, but usually I want to know, how generous the passwords are if I give that permission. Otherwise, just straight up, start from the beginning if you get a game over. It seems like it's a pretty fair way to approach this. And yeah, I like how Blasphemous Roar has been getting back into this match, because Roar may be able to get back to the fight in just a little bit. Just gotta shoot this panel a little bit more than the icicle chandelier thingy. Don't get too many grenades to the face. Oh my god, Wesley Snipes, stop it.
Blasphemous threw the museum back onto the fight.
Yeah, this game goes really fast when you know what you're doing, especially when you start getting good at it. Unfortunately, this fight against Phoenix is just brutal.
And the final stage is also is a mixture of a stage like the sewers, and then you finish off with another fight against Phoenix, like the burning building or the back streets.
Well, Roar is kind of making this look like a fighting game.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll be enough though, because it's like
Oh, no, it won't. I don't think so. Roar would have to beat this and get through the sewers. Roar might be able to beat this, though. Oh, my God. What is this matchup? How? Nope, nope. Whenever you do the, like, up block and then down block, it just doesn't seem to do anything useful.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was full. Oh, and that's a death for Blasphemous.
Yep. No sewers today, I believe. But with this many lives and an extra continue, I feel like one more push, Roar would be able to at least catch up to Willard J. Bradley, potentially pass him as well. It's like another few minutes and Roar could potentially have the chance to move into the lead. It's just not happening today. Which is fine, you know, that's how Kusogrande goes. We've got the time limit, and that, as they say, is time. Give it up for all of our players, Gene Genie, Cam, Lone Mouse Wolf, Blasphemous Roar, and Willard J. Bradley. Fantastic job. Wonderful pushes. I feel like everybody really started to get some good progress there at the end. Gene Genie and Willard J. Bradley, though, the two who are going to be moving on from this match on to round 4. Great job. KM hates this game. Gene Genie has question marks. Willard J. Bradley says terrible. I think that people did not love this.
I don't necessarily blame them. This is not a good game.
Yeah, I'm just... Okay. So I am inviting Gene Genie to come and chat because Gene Genie did exceptionally well, making it not just to the driving stage, but to the fight on top of the cars. Roar! What I was really impressed with was how much of a comeback you were making there at the end. Honestly, if you made it to the next level, you could have won. It was just that fight that was separating you, and I think that you were really starting to figure out some strategies that worked. Gene Genie kind of found a cheese strat that was just like, get the enemy in a specific position and then do a leg swipe and keep doing that until the enemy is gone, which takes a long time, but it ended up working out for Gene. Hello there, Gene.
Hello. It feels like forever since I've been in here.
I know, my gosh, you did exceptionally well with this game. What the crap?
I just held forward and moved left and right and just hoped I went to the exit. It didn't work the second time, I see.
Oh, for the sewers? Yeah, I'm glad that you managed to do that once, and we were thinking, you know, is Gene gonna remember how to get through the sewers? Because
I thought I do, but no.
Yeah, the sewers are. There's a reason we didn't try to track within the sewers. It's just a mess.
Oh yeah, like honestly. I think that the referees would rather have tracked the last match than track the sewers.
Oh yeah, that's probably you're not gonna track anything in there.
Oh my god. Yeah, so what do you think of this game, Gene Genie? Did we give you a bad game?
It's an interesting game.
Okay.
That doesn't answer if you think the game is bad. You just think it's interesting.
I mean, I don't think there are any bad games. All games have a flavor of different interestedness.
Okay, how many frames per second do you need a first-person shooter to be in order for it to be acceptable?
I don't know, maybe 24 at least.
Okay, which this game was not, so... yeah, it was more like 2. Yeah.
I'll be generous. I'll say 8.
At least 8, yeah.
Yeah, Roar. Here, Roar is asking if anyone else figured out the fight as well as Roar did. I'd say, like, actually playing it and like fighting as if it's a fighting game, I'm not sure if anybody did. As for cheesing it, some people managed to find cheese. With Genie, your cheese was sit and swipe with your leg, which I'm not sure it worked every time.
That only works on the second fight.
Yeah, the second fight. The first fight, like,
I'm
Roar, I
just
rarely
blocking.
saw you actually doing that because you just plowed through it. And what did you do, Genie?
On the first one, I just block. Because it seems like it does like a sequence of like 3 highs and 3 lows if you go to neutral after countering.
Okay.
Valid.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
And I have no idea what's going to happen with the car.
So the fun thing about the car is I don't know if you noticed, there's that fuel gauge at the bottom for both.
Yeah, I noticed that and I was running low and I was like, am I just going to lose this stage because of that?
Yeah, unfortunately. I think you can collect fuel during the driving segment. But yeah, unfortunately, if you run out of fuel, you just lose the life. Unfortunately, that was your last one.
Honestly, Genie,
I
I
there
feel
were
like...
fuel and head signs.
Oh, really? Okay, I honestly didn't know how you could tell.
I just looked at the manual. It says there's fuel signs.
Thank you, Manuel. By the way, it seems like the other players of this game have a lot more feelings about the game than you do. Cam saying, never have I ever come across something so intensely dire and unforgiving. And I played Wait and See. Yeah, so did I, Cam. Willard J. Bradley saying, where was that elevator? And I don't know. There's no indication. You just wander until you find it. Good
Well,
luck.
and also heck those grenade throwers during the on-rail segments. Yeah, those are annoying.
I do like that, like...
I mean, just shoot them.
True.
Even
Just simply
still.
shoot your problems away.
I do like that during the driving section, you spend about half of it just on the right side. And
Which apparently is not efficient.
Yeah, I mean, it made me laugh. I'm like, wow, there might actually be some reliable cheese, and then enemies started showing up there, so I'm like, dang it. But
I kept thinking, it's like, you're not going to let me do this the whole time, are you?
yeah, and I was hoping it would, but then no, it didn't. What a butt. But yeah, have you seen the movie Demolition Man, Genie?
I have.
How is it?
I mean, it's a fun romp.
Good.
If
Yeah.
you go into it thinking about it's a fun romp, then it's a fun romp. Just don't think anything higher end than that.
Yeah, that's what people have been saying, that, like, especially with Wesley Snipes, it just is a jam. Luckily, none of the knowledge from the movie translated at all to the game.
No.
Oh.
I did joke in the chat that it's like none of these ports are brave enough to bring up the 3 shells puzzle.
Are the 3 shells in the Demolition Man?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. For some reason, I thought it was something else. I mean, good to know. Also, unfortunately, we didn't have enough Taco Bell. There was a sign that said tacos, though, and that's what I was happy about. Well, Genie, thank you so much for coming and playing. Question, are you doing anything these days that people should know about? Or if not, have any games that you've been playing that people should check out?
I'm usually like doing Let's Play style streams every Thursday at like 9 p.m. my time, which is Central.
Okay. 9
And
p.m.
currently,
Central.
I'm playing through Pokemon White because I've never played the 5th gen Pokemons ever.
Ooh, I played Black. Yeah, that one's actually really good. I love some of the music in it.
I've been enjoying it so much. This game, after I finally sat down and finished Gen 4, and I keep dropping that one every single time I play it.
Yeah, Gen 5, like, some of the aesthetics are just top-notch. I do have to
It's
say...
so charming.
Yeah, it really is, like the French vibe. I just... Mwah. Chef's Kiss.
Oh, that's Gen 6.
Yeah, that is Gen
Wait,
6.
black and white? Then what is black and white?
Black
New
and white
York.
is the America one.
French enough. Anyways. Ubi, thank you for the gift sub to Julian. And Julian, glad that you have convinced your wife that to glad that I convinced your wife to let you join Kusogrande next year. Yeah, we will have a 10th tournament for sure. Kazuya, what about you? What are you up to that people should be aware of? Or if not...
Not really. I need
What
to. I need to start working on my submission for BBG, but I've been mostly working in schoolwork. But I hope to get back into streaming sometime soon.
Yeah. And also, everybody, huge shout outs to all of the referees and all of the players. I always recommend sharing what you're doing. You know, feel free to check out any of the players here because community is really important to me, and it's important to share what you love with people around you. So hopefully, if you have any interesting events going on, especially Big Bad Gameathon, make sure you share, consider joining, and, enjoy what the community does because it's really, really fun. Otherwise, I want to go ahead and... Ooh, Mike Guyama is streaming?
Ooh.
Yeah, playing out Densha Attack. I don't know what that is, but let's raid Mike. And what was the message from Daikatana? Mimika don't used? Don't
Which
uses?
Daikatana? Was it the Game Boy one?
Yes.
Oh, that's actually a good game.
Yeah,
Why are you
you
giving
got
that
rid of
out?
me, but you can never get rid of me.
Roar!
Go back and subscribe to this channel.
I actually love Roar's random charge-ins every once in a while. Okay, let's say Mimiko don't used. And you all can say some of the other messages if you want. You can say John Romero will make you his bitch. If maybe
It's
the
fine now.
censorship is fine, but I'm going with Mimiko don't used. Okay, and you can't leave without your buddy Superfly, indeed. Well, Gene, Kazuya, thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Take care, friends.
See ya.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.